Okay, hello and welcome to what I hope will be a fairly brief presentation on how to set up a campaign in GradesFirst, now called Navigate Campus, uh, where you have advisees across multiple campuses. So I'm going to assume that you have a little bit of exposure to GradesFirst for the purposes of this. Uh, but I think that if you do have some exposure to GradesFirst, it's not really going to be that difficult for you to adapt what you've already been doing to this purpose. But I will start, however, at the beginning in My Box, where you'll have the link here on the right-hand side under Apps for Employees, that Advisor Communications tool. You would click there, and that should take you right into, again, now called Navigate Campus. You'll see your advisor dashboard. You'll see your assigned students. If you have a caseload, they'll be popping up here. Now, step one, just as you would with any other appointment campaign, you want to start with your availability by clicking on My Availability. Here you can define your options, right? When are you going to be available at which place? You would do this by hitting Actions, Add a Time, and then this window pops up. And from here you would define when you're available. I'm available on Tuesdays from 8 to 10 a.m. for appointments and campaigns. But I would say campaigns for the purpose of this. The duration, you can say fall 17. You can pick a range of dates. If you pick a range of dates, I would recommend focusing on October 16th to December 9th, which is the faculty advising period, December 8th. Location is going to be the important element here, one key departure from the usual process. When you set up an appointment campaign at Newtown, you would say your faculty advisor's office, and that then is going to link up with your campaign availability here. However, if you are going to be seeing advisees at another campus, be it lower or upper, you can define your availability at that specific campus. So for example, Lower Bucks. And then under Student Services, it'll be advising. And then you can put additional details in this box if you want, but this then will define my availability as the faculty advisor for just these times at just this location. And then hit Save. Once you've set this up, you'll see then your availability, and again, your faculty advisor's office is the default. That's going to be your Newtown availability. But then you also will have whatever other campuses you'll be at, Lower Bucks or Upper Bucks, as the case may be. So for the purposes of this demonstration, I've set up Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 8 to 5 at Newtown. Tuesdays from 12 to 5, again at Newtown, but also on Tuesdays, I'm available to take appointments from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at the Lower Bucks campus. So once you have that availability set up, you're ready to start a campaign. You can do this a couple of ways, but I would recommend going back to the Students tab, where again, you would have a list of students that are assigned to you, and selecting the students that you wish to send this campaign to. In effect, these are the students that you should have already been told are the students that you are to see at that given campus. And you would have check boxes next to each of these students, and you would select them. Once you've selected that, you can hit the Actions tab up here and click Appointment Campaign. And that will take you into the campaign construction screen. You'll have the number of students here that you'll be adding. For the name, call it something that makes it easy for you. For example, since I'm doing a Lower Bucks campaign, I'll call it the Lower Bucks Advising for Fall 2017. Define your dates. Again, I'm going to use the faculty advising period, October 9th to October 16th to December 8th. This campaign type, which should be advising. The appointment length, which I normally do at least a half hour. One slot per time, one appointment limit, that's still the same. Course or reason would be advising. But now one key departure, for location instead of your faculty advisor's office, because I've defined availability for the Lower Bucks campus, I now have the option to select Lower Bucks as my location and then hit continue. All right. At this point, you'll see a list of all the students you're adding to this specific campaign. For me, it's just the one. I'm going to hit continue. Now, I'm going to add myself to this campaign as the advisor. It should be the only option you see, but look here where it says available times. It's already pulled in the availability I set up already, and it's telling me, yeah, okay, for this Lower Bucks advising campaign, I'm only available from Tuesdays from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. I would also make sure that this box is unchecked. If you check it, it does give a student an option to select an appointment outside of this, which we obviously don't want to do. So make sure that box is unchecked, and then you see that the only available times are whatever you set up in the availability already for Lower Bucks or whatever that specific campus is, and hit continue. Now, here's where we're going to compose the message. This is the email that the student is going to get, inviting them to make an appointment with you. My recommendation here is that you make this as obvious as possible that you are meeting with this student at the campus, in this case, Lower Bucks. I can't stress that enough, right? We don't want the students to show up at the wrong campus. That's the whole point of this. So a couple of tweaks to this messaging. They're going to automatically, in the subject line, it'll say the first name of the student, schedule an advising appointment. I would recommend adding at the end of that at the Lower Bucks or whatever campus. Next up, it's this bold print here in the email. Please schedule your advising appointment. Again, I would say repetition. Schedule your advising appointment at the Lower Bucks campus. And you'll see that that will update in the text of this email. And then instructions or notes. Now, the instructions or notes are going to pop up in a couple of places. This is the highlighted text that will be displayed both in the email and also in the landing page. So when they go to sign up for the appointment, they're getting a reminder of this. I would use this box for giving students the option of meeting with you in another fashion. Because there is always the chance that we may say that a student, oh yeah, this student has traditionally been a student at the Lower Bucks or Upper Bucks campus, but maybe they have now decided that they really want to meet with you at Newtown, or maybe they're looking to start classes at Newtown, and it's no longer convenient for them to meet at either the Lower or Upper Bucks campus. So I would say in here, writing something like, please be advised that you are scheduling an appointment at the Lower Bucks campus. Email me at, and then put in your email address. I'm just going to put in advising@bucks.edu. Obviously, put your email address in here. If it goes to advising@bucks.edu, there's no guarantee it's going to get back to you. But email me at, and then your email address. If you should need to meet with me at another location. This would also be good. I mean, you can tweak this language a little bit more. You could say that instead of email, call me at 215-968-8000. If you, obviously putting in your phone number if you should need to meet with me. You can say, meet me at another location, or prefer to be advised online or to be advised over the phone. You can tweak this language however you want, but I would definitely use this highlighted language to say to the student, just in case you don't actually want to meet with me at this campus, this is what you can do to get around that. Because, hey, we want to make sure that the students are meeting with you on their terms. All right, so once you've done all those tweaks and the email is as blatant as it can be, right? Schedule your advising appointment at the Lower Bucks campus. Once that's all set up, hit continue. It's going to give you the confirmation, making sure you're ready to send out this campaign. Now note that you always want to make sure that both email and text is checked, because we know that students are much more likely to check a text message than they are an email. So definitely make sure that they get a text. You can see the preview if you'd like. This gives you a little bit of a snapshot, but I'm going to show you the email in a moment. And then when you're ready, go ahead and hit send. Send invitations now. Campaign's on its way. So now if I go, and I had this set to send to me, but if I have an email here, there's my email. Please schedule your advising appointment at the Lower Bucks campus. Your advisor requests you schedule an appointment. Note from advisor, please be advised you're scheduling an appointment in Lower Bucks. Call me at this number if you should need to meet with me at another location or prefer to be advised over the phone. Then they can click schedule advising appointment. And let's test this out. You can see that the dates are limited. We said it was only from October 16th, and there it is. And I said that I was available on Tuesdays. So Monday, there's no availabilities. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, nothing there. Tuesday, 8 a.m., 8:30, 9:30, nothing past 10 o'clock. And you see it's just Tuesdays. And by the way, note on October 31st, it's only 2 appointments because I have something on my Outlook calendar that's blocking that, so that's working as well. So ultimately then, students can sign up just to meet with you at the Lower Bucks campus at this specific time. So at this point then, you've defined your appointment availability only at one campus, and the student can only book those appointments at that campus. You would need to, if you were seeing advisees at more than one campus, so you're seeing advisees at Lower Bucks and at Newtown, or even Lower Bucks, Newtown, and Upper, you'll need to do a campaign for each one of those campuses separately. But once you've done that, once you've set your availability up separately and your campaign separately, the student should not be able to, if they got this invitation, they won't be able to book an appointment with you at Newtown. They can only book an appointment at Lower Bucks at the times you gave them. Okay, I think that does it. That runs through the basics. So if you have any questions, of course, feel free to contact me, Jody, at jody.suter@bucks.edu. I'll be glad to try to hammer this out with you. Hopefully it's not too bad. It looks like it's fairly straightforward, and at least it gives us an opportunity to try to target the students a bit more with the kind of resources they need, and hopefully at the places that they're best, that we're able to meet them where they need to be met. But okay, so at this point then, good luck, and have a great faculty advising period this fall.